1943, at the age of 86, Nikola Tesla died in his hotel room alone and with no money to his name, which begs the question, how did one of history's greatest inventors, who gave so much to the world, meet such a tragic end? The story I'm about to give you about Nikola Tesla is one that includes amazing brilliance and heartbreaking tragedy. I mean, a lot of what we use today is because of him, and still no one cared when he died. It's a crazy story from top of the world to rock bottom, which makes you wonder, how did this happen to one of history's greatest creators, and what can we learn from his experiences? To understand Nikola Tesla's rise and fall, we have to go back in time to where it all started. Chapter 1: A Prodigy in the Making. Born in 1856 to his Serbian parents in a tiny village in the Austrian Empire, now Croatia, Nikola Tesla had humble beginnings. His father was a priest and wanted him to follow his path, but Tesla had other plans. Influenced by his mother, a talented inventor herself, who created practical household appliances, Tesla developed an early fascination with creating things. She instilled in him a strong sense of imagination and creativity. Even though young Tesla was a great student, his life took a certain turn for the worse when he got sick with cholera at the age of 17. The sickness was so bad it almost killed him, and during this time he made a promise to himself. If he got better, he would become an engineer. Once he recovered, true to his promise, Tesla went to Graz in Austria to study electrical engineering at a well-known school called the Austrian Polytechnic. Now, what hardships did Tesla endure to conceive the groundbreaking idea of rotating magnetic field? And what triggered his daring journey to America, leading him to work with none other than the famous Thomas Edison? Well, Tesla's first visualized the concept of the rotating magnetic field, the foundation for his future inventions. However, the journey was not smooth at all. Tesla faced many obstacles, including financial problems, and he also had a fallout with one of his professors. Still, he remained determined, his curiosity burning brighter than ever. Yearning for a fresh start, Tesla made the courageous move that would define his future. In 1848, he boarded a ship to America equipped with 4 cents, a few poems, and a letter of recommendations from Charles Batchelor, a former employer, to his well-known friend Thomas Edison. The letter stated, "I know 2 great men, and you are one of them. The other is this young man." This small piece of paper was the key to Tesla's next adventure, joining Thomas Edison's company. Just think about it for a second. The man who invented alternating current and the guy behind the practical light bulb, all in one room. With 2 minds like that, can you imagine the incredible inventions that could come to life? Don't worry, we'll cover this in chapter 2. But before we dive into Thomas Edison and Nikola Tesla's class of innovation, so far the indication of why he would end up alone and penniless is probably because of his financial literacy. Even though in Tesla's life we see a man who was not afraid to pursue his dreams, no matter how impossible they seemed. He left his small village, went against his father's wishes, and ventured into a different country, armed with nothing but his knowledge and passion for innovation. This was a leap into the unknown, but it led him to remarkable opportunities. Tesla's early struggles is a reminder for us to seek out our comfort zone. So if there's something you're passionate about, don't hesitate to step out and chase your dreams, just like Tesla did. His story is proof that it's those bold choices that might just lead you to the most significant changes in your life. Remember, we don't regret the things we do, but the things we didn't do. Now let's dive back into the crucial period in Nikola Tesla's life where he would take on his former boss in a battle of ideas that would literally change the world forever. Chapter 2: The War of Currents. What I'm about to tell you fundamentally changed the world as we know it. Tesla's belief in alternating current would clash with Edison's favor for direct current, sparking the epic war of currents. But in the beginning, when Tesla first started working for Thomas Edison in New York, he was overflowing with enthusiasm. Despite the hard work and long hours, he loved the feeling of being on the verge of groundbreaking innovation. However, there was a storm brewing in the horizon. You see, Tesla and Edison held fundamentally different views on the best way to deliver electricity to homes and businesses. Edison favored his direct current system. In contrast, Tesla believed in the power of the alternating current system, a system he had been dreaming of since the days at the Technical University in Austria. But Thomas Edison was not having it. Feeling threatened by the potential of AC, he would dismiss Tesla's ideas. But Tesla didn't break. Unwillingly to give up on his vision, Tesla left Edison's company and set set about developing his AC system independently. Now here's where the war of currents began. As Tesla's AC system began to gain recognition, Edison, in a desperate attempt to prove his innovation superiority, launched an insult campaign against the AC system. Now this is where things get a little bit crazy. He apparently went so far as to stage a public electrocutions of animals using the AC system to prove its danger. Talk about a shocking marketing strategy, right? But listen, the competition was fierce and Tesla's challenges were countless. He faced not only the technical complexities of his innovations, but also the harsh criticism and the devious tactics of his formidable opponent. Yet, somehow, Tesla never lost faith in his vision. He knew deep down the potential of AC to transform society. Tesla's persistence later paid off when he partnered with George Westinghouse, an industrialist who recognized the potential of AC. Together, they won the contract to illuminate the 1893 World's Fair in Chicago. This was a massive victory for Tesla and the AC system, marking the beginning of the end for the war of currents. Tesla's life so far illustrates his dedication to his ideas, which were completely solid. He believed in the power of AC and fought to prove its worth, despite the formidable opposition from Thomas Edison. So believe in your ideas, even though the world seems against you. Be ready to face challenges and fight for what you know is right, because if you don't believe in you, who will? Tesla's story is not just a tale of scientific innovation, but a life lesson in courage, determination, and the power of conviction. It's a reminder that progress often requires conflict, but perseverance and faith in your vision can guide you through it. By the way, your taste in videos? Absolutely awesome given you're watching this. I hope you're enjoying the ride so far and picked up a few life lessons. Hit that subscribe button and become a part of Life Hackers. Here we dish out life lessons through captivating stories like this one. But what if I told you Tesla dreamed of a wireless communication and energy transmission way before it was even technologically possible? Now let's take a look at his ambitious world wireless system and see how it shook his career to the core. Chapter 3: High Hopes and Crushing Defeat. From the victory of War of Currents, Tesla was packed with ideas. His most ambitious one yet was the World Wireless System, a project he believed would change humanity's communication and energy distribution forever. Funded by none other than the wealthy J.P. Morgan, Tesla set about constructing the Wardenclyffe Tower, the centerpiece of his grand vision. The World Wireless System was a project far ahead of its time. Tesla envisioned it as a global communication system that would transmit not only messages, but also pictures and even electrical power without wires. It was a remarkable vision, a testament to Tesla's genius and his ability to think beyond the norms of his era. But as grand as Tesla's dreams were, the reality was harsh. The project itself was unbelievably pricey, and as the expenses mounted, Tesla found himself in a tight financial spot. Although Tesla was an unusual visionary, he was severely lacking when it came to financial decisions. He struggled to manage his money, often spending more than he had, hoping for the future success to cover his debts. This was one of the turning points that would start the domino effect to his financial ruin. Meanwhile, Marconi, a competitor, successfully transmitted a wireless signal across the Atlantic using a far simpler and cheaper system. With Marconi's success, J.P. Morgan's faith in Tesla's overpriced endeavors faded, and the funding for the World Wireless System was abruptly cut off. Tesla's dream, the Wardenclyffe Tower, was left unfinished and later demolished. This marked a significant and heartbreaking setback in Tesla's career. Astonishingly, decades before the beginning of the internet, Tesla predicted the concept of global communication. He foresaw a world where people could communicate instantly using handheld devices, sending not just messages but also images as well, no matter the distance. This strange prediction adds another layer of brilliance to Tesla's genius, painting him as a true prophet of technological evolution. The tragedy of Tesla's downfall is a warning about the need for financial management and realism. Tesla's ability to envision a future far beyond his equals was undeniably brilliant, but his disaster lays in his inability to translate those ideas into financially practical objects. While dreams and visions drive innovation, they must be balanced with real-world considerations. Grand ideas require not just sound scientific base, but a solid financial strategy and a well-structured plan. Nikola Tesla, despite his crushing defeats, never lost his spirit of invention. He continued to innovate, to dream, and to push the boundaries of science and technology. And that's the greatest lesson we can take from this chapter, that failures, no matter how devastating, should never dim the light of curiosity and the spirit of innovation. Did you know that your choices say a lot about you, and choosing to watch this video, top tier decision? So let's make it official. Smash that like button if you had a good time so far and you learned something new. It makes a massive difference. Thank you, my friend. Chapter 4. A Genius Forgotten. Now you can imagine the tragedy of a genius dying alone and unappreciated, only to have his work revolutionize the world later on. Well, actually that's pretty normal in terms of innovating people. Tesla's list of inventions is impressively extensive. He made the development of alternating current electrical systems, which form the backbone of modern power distribution. He developed an early version of radio, advanced induction motors, and explored the possibility of wireless transmission of energy and much more. His research into resonant frequencies led him to his creation of the Tesla coil, a device still used in technology and science education today. Each of these inventions brought about revolutions in their respective fields, setting the stage for many advancements that came after Tesla. Today we enjoy the convenience of wireless communication, abundant electrical power, and efficient motors, all due in part to Tesla's groundbreaking work. I mean, he's one of the reasons why you can watch this video right now. Yet, in his later years, Tesla was not widely recognized for his achievements. He spent his final years in New York living in a small hotel room, increasingly isolated and poor. His grand visions and unorthodox methods were dismissed by the scientific community of his time. He died in 1943, largely forgotten by a world that had moved on without him. So how did Tesla go from top of the world to rock bottom? Why did this happen to one of the history's greatest inventors? Well, this tragic twist of destiny was largely due to Tesla's lack of business knowledge, his fondness of visionary ideas over practical implementation, and his constant financial struggles. His story is a harsh reminder that genius and inventions aren't always rewarded in their time, and that success often centers on the practicality of ideas and their financial planning. But that's not the end of Tesla's story. After his death, his work gained newfound recognition. His contributions to electrical engineering, wireless communication, and energy transmissions were finally appreciated. The world has finally started to recognize the genius of Nikola Tesla. Today, he is celebrated as one of the most innovative minds of his era. His name has been immortalized in the unit of magnetic flux density and also serves as a brand for a leading electrical car company established by another amazing innovator, Elon Musk, among other things. In the twilight of Tesla's life, it reminds us that true success is not measured in one's lifetime by wealth or fame. Rather, it lies in the enduring impact one leaves behind. Tesla, despite dying poor and alone, had a profound influence on the world that we live in today. His work continues to inspire scientists and innovators in the pursuit of knowledge and innovation, regardless of the immediate recognition or material success. So remember, our virtues and our failings are inseparable. Like force and matter, when they're separated, man is no more. Now, if you're sitting there thinking this story was absolutely amazing, then oh boy, do I have the perfect video for you. So don't move an inch. Just click on the video on the screen. I promise you, it's just as entertaining and insightful as this one. If you made it this far, you're a real one. Thanks for watching, and please remember to like and subscribe. You're an absolute legend. See you in the next one.